Welcome back again. Quickly, let's talk about internal CSS in HTML document. So quickly, let's get started. Internal CSS. An internal CSS is used to define a style for a single HTML page. An internal CSS is defined in the head section of an HTML page within a style element. The following example sets the text color of all the h1 elements on that page to blue and the text color of all the p elements to red. In addition, the page will be displayed with a powder blue background color. So for example, let me show you what is happening here. In this document, this is what we are having here. After you have your HTML doc type tag, you have your HTML opening and closing tag, then you can have your head tag. Without this head tag, because this place is where you are going to put the inline CSS. The inline CSS is going to come here, come inside here. So let me show you how it works. Inside the head tag, you are going to have what? You are going to have your CSS style tag. Your CSS style. Sorry, I want to shape. Let me shape this. I want you to see this how it looks very well. You know why I didn't set it very well. So can you see what happens here? The HTML is here. Can you see inside the HTML we are having this child, the child attribute, the child element of head tag, head element. You can see this is the head element. After the head, inside the head element, that's where you are going to have your style element. So inside the style element is where you are going to have your whatsoever you want to design. So for inside, this is how it works. We are going to come back to our document. In our last tutorial, this is where we stop. This is an inline CSS that we discussed about. So today we are going to change the position of this thing. We are going to change it, turn it to an internal CSS. So let's see how our document looks. Firstly, this is how our first document looks. Can you see? So the inline CSS, the internal CSS is going to have this head is going to be inside head tag. When you are after the head tag, you are going to have the style attribute, style tag, style element. Can you see? Now the style element is inside the head element. So now you are going to write whatsoever you want to write. Like now, let us give this one that we did here. Let's see how it looks first. This line here that is long like this, we want to reduce the width size, of this tag here. Let us reduce it so that the border can come closer. So we are going to use our internal CSS. Yes, our internal CSS. So let's start. What is the tag name? The tag name is P. The P tag is the one that is having this green border color. So quickly, let's use it now. So our journey begins. So you just have to write b. After writing the b, you can write this opening and closing. Yes. So after that, you are going to do what? You are going to write width, because we want to control the width. I'm going to write the width. If you notice one thing, I automatically generate this. I press tab on my keyboard. That's why this was automatically generated for me, because we are using the VS Code. That is one of the benefits of using VS Code. So let's make this thing a little bit small. So let's give it, instead of, is firstly, let me show you one thing. The status of this thing right now is 100%. Because we haven't controlled it yet. So now let's control the width of it. So we are going to control it from 100% to 50%. Let's see how it looks. Can you see? It works, right? Let's control it more. Let's say we want it 20%. Can you see? It works. Let's say the font size is too big, because this thing is coming down, like this. We want everything to be aligned to be in line here. So at one side. So let's just remove the reduce the font size. The font size, you can reduce the font size to what? To, firstly, let's use 20 piece. 20 piece. Let me use 20%. Let's see what will happen. I want to show you something. Something will happen here. Can you see? Because before, this font size, the default font size is on 100%. So when we write 100%, it will not come here. It will come to the normal. It will jump like the green will not come like this. Let's see. Can you see? Because the font size is in 100%. So we are talking about the font, how the text looks. So now we want to reduce the font. So that's why we are using this. We want to control it from 100% to what? To 50%. So the font is going to reduce so that it can be in line with the border. Can you see now? It works. So this one also, maybe it's too big also, that we want to reduce how long it is. Again, the width, we want to reduce the width again, so that everything can work together. I can just do like 15. Let's use 15 and see how it works. Reload it. See, let's use 10 and see how it works. Still jump again. You can use 12%. After the 12%, you can use 13%. Let's use 13%. Now you can see the 13%. We like the way the 13% looks. In the future tutorial, we are still going to discuss about more values that we can add to this place. Aside from using percentage, we can use more things, but we are still going to talk about that in the future. So now you can see we control the width of our border first. We control the width of our p tag first, then we control the font of our p tag second. So now let's control the border, radius, the border here. Let's control the border, how big the border is. From our former tutorial, if you haven't watched it, you should go and watch it. So we can write border here, instead of the border we gave it here is 4 pixels. So here we are not going to use 4 pixels. We are going to use what? We are going to reduce it to, let's say, 2 pixels. 2 pixels. Solid. going. Let's see how it works. If it will, we are adding the order now twice, so I'm not sure it's going to work because we have already had it here. So let's just do something. Let's remove it from here. Remove the border here. No, yes, let's remove the styling here because you shouldn't do it two times. So let's just I will tell you how you can override it also in the future video, but let's just use the border here because we are styling our what, we are styling our p tag. So you see, this is the p we are styling. The p is here. So instead of using the border there, so I've removed the border. You see, there's no any style here right now. No any style here right now. You see, no any style inside this place. Before it was like this. So I remove it so I can be able to use the style attribute I'm using here, the style property and the attribute I'm using here. So let's save this one now because the p is already here. So let's save it and see how it looks. Can you see now? Firstly, this border is now reducing gradually, so let's reduce it more. Let's give it, maybe we want 1 pixel. If it's too bold, you can see how it is. Wow, it works. So that's how you can do what you can use your, this one is what they call internal CSS inside our HTML document. So this is our internal CSS. Can you see now, we design, we remove the border that was inside the p tag here first, so we can be able to see what we are doing, if it's really working with it. So definitely this one is working, this one, they are working together. So can you see now I think it's perfect. This is our internal CSS. So what else can I give you like a tip? Let's say we want to style this. Let me see how other one it looks like. This one also, see how it looks. This one, the background color is too big, so let's control the background color because it's too big. So now we can reduce the background color of this one. Let's copy it from here. Let's remove all this here, or you may leave it if you know that you want to leave it. But firstly, it's only the background color I want to change. That's why I don't want to, and we are doing tutorial, so I want to use this h3 tag. So I will write the h3 here along with this square, the opening and closing bracket here. So when I have it like that, I will need to control the width. This is the width, and also I will need to control the percentage of the width. Let me give it 20. Let me give it 20%. 20% to see how it looks first. Can you see the width reduce instantly? We are controlling it from where? From our internal CSS. We are controlling the width from our internal CSS. Imagine when you have this here inside the external here, you will see how it works. But I don't want to do that right now, not to confuse you guys. So let me quickly, you can see that this place is only the background color and RGB color that we use in the style attribute, inside the style attribute here. So here is where we control the width size here. So for us, if you want to start using this internal CSS, so this is how you are going to do it. So along the line, when we are talking about class types, different other things that you should know about this, I'm going to tell you how you are going to be styling it more and more, because we have many ways we can do this, we can use this. So I'm going to be showing you gently. So as you can see now, we style this, we reduce this width from here. So now, and also we can just use the background here, copy this background here and delete this one to make our document look nice, and come here and add it here. Then our background stays the same. Let's reload our document. Can you see our background is still there? After we have removed it from here, we place it in our internal style sheet. So now let's say we don't put it here, we will see what will happen. Let's reload it. Can you see it's removed? But when we add it, let's save it, you will see how it looks. Can you see it works nicely? So like it works like magic, right? Let's say the width that we had here now, let's say you still want to add the width here. Let's see, maybe it will override it. The width, let's say, let's give it 100% or 50%. Let's give it 50%. Maybe it will override it. Can you see it override the width? The thing we specify here override the one here. So you have to practice every time when you are working with this, so you can know how the thing works. So if to say the thing here is the one we want to override, let's say we want to write something. So quickly, the way we can do it is we can just quickly put the percentage behind the number here. After that, we can override, let's say, let me give you something here like 50%. Let's see how it looks. Can you see since you're writing, like when we are using this one, it will never work again because it will only function with this one. Let me show you something. 660, this is the only one that will be increasing. Can you see it increase? So when you use this one at the top here, it will never work again. It will never work again. You can't have these two things. Like if you want to use it here, use it here and never use it here again. But once anything that makes you use it outside of the box here, you can never override this one with this one you are having here. Definitely this one inside this HTML here, HTML tag here, is having much more power than the one inside our internal file. I hope you are getting the point. This one inside here is not having power than this one here. So let's remove this one. You will see that this guy, let's remove this one. We have removed this one here. So let's see how our document will look the same. Can you see? This is how it is. Our document will look the same. So when we add another one here, it will never override it. Save it. You see we have added 20%. You know that you're supposed to add to the 50% that we are having here, but never, it's not going to happen. Let me show you now. Let me show you the trick. Can you see? It never works because this one here can never add to this one. Never. That's how it's worked. That's how they did it. So now whenever you are using this one, know that you will never be able to use it here again. But whenever you are using this one, don't try to use it outside here. If not, when you use the property here, it's going to override the one here. the one inside there. So you have to calculate every time that which one, where do you want to use the tag, where do you want to use it. So whenever you are using the tag inside the inline text, inline style sheet, never come outside and say you want to use it again, or else it will override the one inside the inline file. So that is how it works. So whatever you write on the inline here is going to be the same. So let's now remove this one and see how our document will look. Save it and reload your document. You see this one we have 20%. Now it's having 20%. So I hope you got the point now. Yeah, the point here is that whenever you are using the inline property here, never use it outside again. When you use it outside, it will override the one inside. So don't think you are still having something that is working with it inside here. Yeah. But whenever you are using something inside here, don't use it outside. Whenever you are using something outside here also, don't use it inside, because it doesn't matter. The one you are using outside here never works with this one at all. So not to be disturbing yourself, be stressing yourself. So that's what I have to show you today. That is the trick behind this. So I hope you understand it very well. Now let's use our inline. We are not using the one here. So even this one, the site tag, let's remove this one also, and let this one also be inside here. Site still work the same. Let's see how it looks. See this one, can you see it's still working? So whatever we had here is working. Let me remove it so you can know that it works for me. This is the site that we had. This, you can see site here, you see it's this one here. So when we remove this one, we see to back this text here will back to normal. Can you see it's back to the normal level it is? But when we do it like this, when we save it, when we put it here, it will reflect here to apply to this one. And never forget, whatever you write inside the site here, if you use the style attribute here, the inline attribute here, like font family, if you use the font family here, like you write area here, the area will override the Algerian that we have here inside our internal file. That's what I told you earlier. So let's save it and see how it looks. Can you see it works? So the area here have override the Algerian that we are having in our font family here. You know that we are having the same font family here, and also we are having the same font family. We are having font family attribute, the property font family here, and also is the one we are using here. So the one outside the box, which is an inline CSS, override this one, which is an internal CSS. So I want you to understand that very well. So whenever you are using this, you can use this also. Let's remove this and come and delete this one also. Save it. I come back here and paste it here. So we are using the area here. So let's save it. Let's save the document and reload it. It still work. You can use it anywhere. So just depends on where you want to use the tag and what you want to do with the tag. You can also do this h1 tag also. Let's see how it looks. Remove this h1 tag. This is in-depth on HTML CSS that you have to understand clearly. Let's give the color blue here, so our document can be blue. You can see it's still working. The inline CSS text is still working nicely. So we put it inside our internal CSS. So everything, our document now is now looking pretty. It's now looking fine. So from now on, we are going to continue using our internal CSS. So for us to be able to understand whatsoever we are writing very well on CSS. So from now on, we are going to continue using our inline and internal CSS. So I think we are good to go now. So anybody that have not been following me so far, if you don't know how we got here, you can check our former videos, former tutorials where we discuss about all these attributes, all these elements we have been using so far. So once again, Anwar Akorede Ayofe is my name. So I wish to see you next time. Have a great day. Bye bye. Thank you.